insane. Okay. I'm trying my hardest to really compose myself, but it's clearly not coming out that way. I've been reading the comments sections. The appointments that Biden has made specifically surrounding foreign policy, and now, of course, he's appointed somebody to be Secretary of Defense, who I just talked about at the beginning. I want to start with the appointment of the Defense Secretary, potential Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. Lloyd Austin is a retired general and a board member of Raytheon, which, of course, is a major defense supplier, which provided bombs that devastated Yemen in the Saudi war, many other places as well. Let's start with Chris. Chris, what is your take on this? I mean, I know what your take is on this, but...
It's not surprising, especially after Flournoy and now we have General Austin, who, by the way, was the head of U.S. Central Command, which is in charge of Middle East, North Africa, that entire region, and specifically was in charge of the arming of the quote-unquote moderate rebels who turned out to be the alphabet soup of Wahhabi jihadist groups and Salafist groups from Al-Qaeda, Nusra, ISIS. And as someone who fought in Syria, I can tell you that the U.S. was on the other side as well in that equation. So it was on all sides. And so now we have a pick in General Austin, who is just the same old, the revolving door that's classic of the military-industrial complex. And really, it's no surprise to me, and it's no surprise to the leftists and the progressives who were saying from the beginning that you can't push Biden left and that Biden will throw out the progressives once he gets into power. And it shows that nothing is pushing him left at all. In fact, he's moving further to the right in many regards with these picks.
Well, and specifically this pick, which we talked about at the top of the show, he needs to get there's a law that if you're a former military officer, you have to take 7 years. There's that break, that pause. But of course, he has to get this cleared because this is supposed to be a civilian position. Lance, just jumping off of Chris's point. All right, great. We can't push Biden left. I understand that. But was there ever, how do you push Biden or any president or any, even Bernie Sanders, if he were to become president, how would you push them left when it comes to defense secretary? I mean, it's not like Bernie Sanders would eliminate the Defense Department.
Yeah. I love how you introduced me as a political comedian, and the first topic you're talking about is bombing children in Yemen. And it's like, all right, now be funny guy.
See, you did it though. You did it. You just did it.
So if everyone doesn't know, I'm a Canadian, and I think y'all are experiencing the same thing we did with Justin Trudeau when he first came in. When Justin Trudeau first came in, he had this amazing multicultural cabinet filled with women, filled with different minorities in Canada. And at first, it was a beautiful thing. All of us were like, wow, real change. This is it. Progress. It's happening. And the same thing seems to be happening with the Joe Biden his cabinet. They're saying that, well, it's great. We finally have a black, person in charge of the military. We have half women cabinets in some other positions. These are wonderful. But when you actually break it down and look at what these individuals are doing or want to do, it becomes a lot more horrifying. And in the case of this, yes, this is just another example of basically the military-industrial complex reaffirming that they're going to continue to want and demand a lot of taxpayer money in order to continue the war machine going on in the U.S.
I have to say that this is not what Jesse Jackson thought about when he was talking about Rainbow Coalition. This is the Rainbow Coalition of war and imperialism, not of peace and socialism. So
that's a very good take. Speaking of our friend Jim Zogby, Dr. Zogby, who has been one of the biggest advocates for the Democratic Party, pushing back against the right-wing Zionist movement within the Democratic Party. He just went to the board of the Rainbow Coalition Foundation, was part of that coalition. So.
Thanks for watching and listening to The Nomiki Show. But remember to click like and subscribe on YouTube, and please share on social media. If you're not already a patron, please join us for as low as $5 a month on patreon.com/The Nomiki Show for early and special content. That investment makes a huge difference. We are not corporate media raking in the dough. It's really you guys that are keeping us going. So please consider being a patron. And to our current patrons, thank you so much. We are incredibly grateful to you. We also now have swag. So check us out on thenomikishow.com to get your mugs, your totes, and your stickers.